everyone, this is Lomi, and we've reached the end of another year, I guess, so it's time to check in with my doll family. I had planned to do a tutorial this week, but my kitchen flooded, and I've spent most of my time cleaning up the mess. Anyway, it's time to see my doll family, how they've changed this year, and what I plan to do next year. First up is Rylan. I feel like I went into the year with good intentions for him, meaning to finish his fantasy mods and make his outfit. I did make progress on his arms and hands, but then I had that mishap with trying to change his body where it was completely the wrong size, and I lost months trying to sort it out. In the coming year, I want to restart this project, finish his custom parts and modifications, and make his full outfit. Excuse me. I was filming this at like 10:30 on Christmas Eve and I was a mess. Next up is Lulu, who was supposed to get a new outfit and new wig. She's wearing the outfit, and while I didn't make the wig I'd planned for her, I found one in my doll boxes that suits her fairly well. I also redid her face up. Right now, I consider her done, so for the coming year, I have no plans beyond maybe some new clothing as I feel inspired. Then there's Lilibelle, the smallest of my dolls. I didn't have any plans for her this year, and I didn't make any changes. Her wig needs a touch-up though, so I might make her a new one. Maybe a shorter one so that it's easier to manage. Vaughn was supposed to get a full outfit, but that didn't really happen. Oh, come on guys, really? Guess I'd better do these a different way. Even though Vaughn was supposed to get an outfit, he ended up not getting anything at all, so for the coming year my big goal for him is to figure out a good way to make his armor. Laylee had a good year. She only got one outfit, but it's one of my favorite things I've made, so she hasn't been out of it since it was put together. I'd love to make her more clothing, but I don't think I'll have time this year. Instead, my goals for her include a new wig and better eyes. Though I've always focused on making things for my dolls, I'm considering buying a few things like synthetic wigs, which I'm not as proficient in making. We'll see. Cornelius wasn't on my radar at all last year, but he ended up being fully customized. While I'd like to get the fish some new eyes at some point, he looks pretty good as is, so I have no plans for him this year. The doll who fared worse this year was probably Arios. He was supposed to get new clothes. Instead, he never even came out of his box. I actually haven't opened it since we moved, so his goal for this year, just getting out of the box. Like Cornelius, Lumia wasn't on my radar at all. I didn't plan to get her, but it worked out really well for me to add her to the list of projects this fall. I've done a bit of work on her so far, but I'll keep things simple for the coming year and focus on getting her a wig, better eyes than what she's wearing, and hopefully a pair of outfits. Despite the fact I didn't have a lot in mind for Rawl, I did a lot for her in the past year. I completed several outfits, some footwear, and then didn't do the one thing I did plan, which was painting her fantasy arm. Even though I've previously considered her done, I have a few things I want to do for her in the coming year, which includes another outfit, a manicure, and maybe body blushing, and finally painting that fantasy arm. And then there's my big favorite, Rune, who's looking very much not like himself right now. I'd wanted to finish his faceplate this year, but it's only about 3/4 done. In all, he's going to be my biggest doll project for 2020. I'll be redoing his fantasy mods, finishing and casting his faceplate, dyeing some parts, doing new body blushing, and face-ups for the new faceplates. There are 2 dolls missing from this video, and those are Kit and Invessi, but since they're just heads and not full dolls, I decided not to include them this time. I'll get to them when and if time allows. Despite everything I didn't get done in the last year, my biggest goal was actually working on Runin for All's books, and that did happen. With all 6 books done and moving through the editing pipeline, I'm finally getting into the crunch where I'll start having visible progress to share along with the projects that help bring the characters to life as dolls. If everything continues as planned, then the first book will be released on March 28th, and I can't wait to share more about that process with you as I go through it. If you have any big projects of your own planned for 2020, I'd love to hear about them, so be sure to drop me a comment below. That's it from me though. Thanks for watching. Bye.